Before I start, bom dia.
Oh, bom dia!
Como vai?
Muito bem, e você?
Tudo bem?
I watched the first part of the season and I love it, but it was a little bittersweet to think that this is the beginning of the end. So how was it for you to say goodbye to Cobra Kai?
It's always sad to say goodbye. We've grown so close to all our cast and our crew, but it's also, we know that this is the time to end this story, and this is a great way to end this story, and so we're proud of that, and there's a fulfillment with that, and we know we have each other for the rest of our lives. We're all connected, so, and who knows what the future may hold in this universe.
It does feel right in respect to what Cobra Kai has done over these, what will be 65 episodes. It's pretty incredible to have that long of an arc, but I call it in that chapter, meaning it's not necessarily goodbye as much as I'll see you next time.
Because it's being, broken up very deliberately by both, the writing and the release schedule, we get this, kind of extended goodbye to really kind of join with the fandom and enjoy it one more time.
I started the show when I was a sophomore in high school. I'm 22 now,
and so... he's still a sophomore.
And I'm
You ever heard of a super senior?
On-set education is not good.
Karate is bad for education, right?
Yeah, it's not good. I knocked my brains around one too many times.
It's been 7 years of really enjoying each other and truly growing up with each other, which has been so cool. So it's like all the memories is just gonna be something that, you'll remember forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, Tanner still calls me every single morning.
Yeah.
You too?
Calls you from next to you?
We've been through a lot to get to this point, but now we're finally on the same page.
And Ralph, Cobra Kai is ending, but Daniel, and I hope some more, will return in the new Karate Kid. So what can the Cobra Kai fans expect for the new movie?
It plays on some legacy characters and supports those themes that have all been built in. It's overcoming obstacles, it's mentorship, it's dealing with pain of the past and loss and carrying that forward and being victorious over the bad guys.
Some of you already said that this is the best season. So why do you think that this one is the best Cobra Kai season ever?
I think knowing that it's the final season and there could be a proper closure is just really exciting for the writers and for all of us to play. And
it closes the chapter on everything. Everything's wrapped up really nicely in a neat little bow.
We've all put so much hard work and heart into this series, and knowing it was the last season was kind of nice because we just put that extra effort in to do more than we have in past seasons too.
It's probably the best season in all our eyes is because they're wrapping up the storylines of each character, and they're ramping up all the fights and everything, and this is like the world tournament. So for us, I think that's why this season is extremely special. So hopefully the fans tune in and will enjoy the wrap-up.
I think we have our strongest team.
I think they can handle anything.
Bitch, don't you know I know karate?
This season we learn new things about Miyagi's past, and without spoilers, what was the inspiration behind this storyline, and how do you think that fans will react to it?
One thing that we've learned is that as you get older, you start to see your mentors not just as these omniscient figures, but as human beings. You start to realize that your parents, have their own flaws and their own mistakes, and up until now, Mr. Miyagi has been this kind of perfect person. And we liked the idea of Daniel finding out some information that may make him question whether Mr. Miyagi was the most ideal human being that he's always thought he was. And that leads to a crisis of confidence in terms of teaching that philosophy. For us, we think that fans are going to be interested because any new information about Mr. Miyagi is something that they're going to be interested in. And I'll just say this is something that we've talked about for a long time. Robert Mark Heyman, the creator of the original Karate Kid, and we've talked about Mr. Miyagi and his backstory and all sorts of things that he never put in the movies or that he thought about. We've had a lot of knowledge about Mr. Miyagi, the human being, that we wanted to throw out, and you'll see as Daniel connects the dots, what kind of picture we're painting.
And after almost 10 years portraying your characters, was there any new experience you got to live filming this final season?
It's hard to say anything without spoiling it.
I didn't get injured.
Oh,
that was very exciting.
You learned how to
I'm
not
very
get
clumsy, and so I just in regular life tend to. I mean, the amount of scrapes and bruises just from living life, but I got through this one. I did accidentally break a camera lens, but I didn't hurt myself. Really? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When I was doing that, I'll show you. I think I have video of it.
The tournament fights are really dynamic at the Sekai Taikai, and everyone who got to travel to Barcelona for the season is just really huge.
And can you say what was your favorite part without spoiling it?
I will say for me, like there was a symmetry for the way my season went. The things that we filmed in episode 3 found like a closure for me in episode 12. And that like kind of dichotomy of who we were working with in that, and then how the scenes were going. Like I don't without spoiling anything, I think people will get it once they've seen the whole series, but those two moments came together to make like a really cool puzzle for me.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite moments on set was one of the last scenes I shot where it was just me and Gianni, and we just got to hang out. And it was awesome.
It was a great way to end it. There was
Yeah.
no lines.
No lines, no other people. It's just like
Rocking.
Yeah, it's just us rocking. It was cool.